What's up, guys? Notorious here, and today I'm going to be presenting you guys a little bit of Team Deathmatch Unhunted. This is Ari's gameplay. Every gameplay I've been using recently is Ari, so give credit to him, and this is a pretty good gameplay, so yeah. But today I'm going to be talking about the Carolina Panthers. Now, this past Sunday, they destroyed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went 15-1 and pretty much clinched home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs, so anyone that wants to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC side, they have to go to Carolina. So, yeah, they've had a fantastic season considering that their last season they went 7-8-1, and then this season they came into this year with like no expectations to maybe win 7 or 8 games, at most maybe 9 games, and look what they did. They went 14 in a row, and then they ended up 15-1. So congratulations to them. And they say franchise best is like a league best. So this is a really successful season. So yeah, but to make it better, they need to win the Super Bowl. But anyways, I'm gonna be talking about 2 specific people in that organization that really made a big impact on this team. I was going to do Cam Newton, but, I'm going to have to credit his coach, Coach Rivera, and the general manager, Dave Gettleman. First, I'm going to go with Ron Rivera. This guy just is like Bill Belichick. No, not yet, but I'm talking about, like, he's showing signs of Bill Belichick. He can take any talent and just elevate them. On the defensive side, you got some young people, and then you got some free agents, and he's made these new players, these veteran players better. He's made them Pro Bowlers. He's really kept the ship flowing for this team. Thomas Davis, Ryan Khalil, Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton, Josh Norman, Greg Olsen, K'Wan Short, Jonathan Stewart, Mike Tolbert, and Try Turner. They are all in the Pro Bowl. I think that's the most out of any team in the NFL. So, Try Turner, Josh Norman. Josh Norman's not too new, but he's getting there to be the best corner in the game. And he's just elevating all these talents, and any new guys that come in, they pretty much make a big impact. Kelvin Benjamin in this rookie season, Devin Funchess, he's trying his best to not drop passes. He's an up-and-coming star, and K'Wan Short, man, he's a freaking stud right now. In a couple of years, man, he might be known as the best defensive lineman in the NFL. So it's crazy out there. And Ron Rivera, he's helped Cam Newton, become, pretty much the MVP for this season. I think he's the league MVP, hands down, because, Tom Brady's been struggling a little bit, but, Cam Newton, he hasn't let down at all, and he's been a beast. I'm just going to go with that, but, Ron Rivera gets a lot of the credit. Mike Shula as well. I'm gonna talk about Mike Shula. The son of Don Shula. I think he was hoping that they could go, win all the way undefeated. But it's 15-1, not too shabby. But Mike Shula has really helped the offense, and he's really adapted to Cam Newton's play style. He's made it, really friendly to Cam Newton. He's not telling him to do things that he's not comfortable doing. So you gotta credit Mike Shula for adjusting. And Sean McDermott as well, the defensive coordinator, he is doing a fantastic job with the defense. And, those two, they might be getting head coaching opportunities, interviews, we'll see. But if they leave Carolina, if either of them leave, then I wish them the best. And, I think they'll do well at their next jobs wherever they go. So, yeah, that's pretty much about the coaching staff and the players. But I'm going to go with the ringmaster, the man that's been making this team, Dave Gettleman. Now, at first, when he first got hired, he did some alright moves, and I think 2013 was his first year. Let me make sure. I think 2013 was his first season with the Panthers, and he did a pretty good job with the draft. He drafted starter Latulele and drafted the stud K'Wan Short, and AJ Klein has been a pretty serviceable backup, to Luke Kuechly whenever he's down. He had to start a couple games when Kuechly was out at the beginning of the year with that concussion. So, yeah, it was a pretty good draft class considering they only had like 2, 4, 5, only 5 picks. So that was pretty good on that part. But then, he in 2014, the end of the 2013 season, he took a lot of criticism, a lot of flack for releasing Steve Smith. I was one of the guys. I'm gonna believe in Dave Gettleman. He did a good job at the draft, but Steve Smith, he's a stud. Don't get me wrong, but he was getting a little older. I know he had years left. Baltimore, he's proven. Before he got injured, he's proven that he still has years left. But at the same time, they wanted Cam Newton to be the hands down the leader of the team, and I think in the end this was a really good move. But back then, when in 2013, I live in Charlotte, so like people were mad when Dave Gettleman got rid of Steve Smith, but it's turned out to be a good move. At first it was weird because they didn't do well at first. They went 7-8-1 in 2014, but then this year, it's pretty much proving them wrong. But Kelvin Benjamin's been a really really good wide receiver. Last year, but he went down early this offseason, and that's credit to the coaching staff, not panicking when their top receiver is down and using other talent to elevate the team. So that's what I like about the Panthers. They're kind of like they could be like the Patriots if so next man up. That's what it is. So yeah, but Dave Gettleman, that's pretty much the only mistake. I'm looking at the Charlotte Observer article. I'll probably put a link to that in the description below. But I think that was a pretty good move. The Steve Smith move, but. Greg Hardy, that was a pretty bad move, in 2014. I think he only ended up playing like one game, and he still got paid a lot of money being put on the commissioner's exempt list. So yeah, that was a pretty bad move. But the signings that he's made, the veteran players have been a really really big difference. Signing Jericho Kakatri, signing Michael Orr, signing Roman Harper, signing Kurt Coleman, they've all been part of this team that's 15-1 and that has a first seed in the NFC playoffs, and that has a chance to win the Super Bowl, win it all. So it's been a really, really good year for them. And Dave Gettleman has made a lot of free agent moves. Under the radar free agent moves. That they never. Like the Panthers, they never get a splash in free agency. They're not one of those teams that like the Dolphins with Ndamukong Suh and like something big like that. But the Panthers, they get valuable signings. They're not too expensive. They're not overpaid. I think Suh kind of got overpaid in Miami. So this is a really good move on Carolina's part. And Michael Orr, man, he's had one interesting NFL career. He was in that movie The Blind Side, and his career was falling a bit after Baltimore. He went to Tennessee a year, and then he comes here. His career gets resurrected. He's protecting Cam Newton's blind side. He's been doing a really really good job. So you got to credit coaching staff again and Dave Gettleman for bringing him in. And people were like, he's people outside were like, he's gonna be okay, but he's not gonna be that good. But he's been pretty good. So don't doubt Dave Gettleman. All you Carolina fans, I live here, so I follow pretty much everything what the Panthers doing. When he got rid of Steve Smith, I thought it was a good move for the long term. You just had to wait. That's all you had to do. I know one season was gonna stink it up, and they end up that year going to the playoffs and beating Arizona in the playoffs and losing to Seattle in the end. But all you had to do was just be patient. That's all. Dave Gettleman, he's been doing an awesome job drafting. I love for him to be my general manager than freaking Trent Baalke. So. And when coach and general manager go together, special things can happen. And I think that's what's going to happen with the Carolina Panthers for years to come if the whole team can stay together and, salary cap doesn't become a problem. But, Luke Kuechly and Cam Newton, they've been locked up for the next couple of years. So that's pretty impressive. And I can't wait to see what this team has to offer years to come. Hopefully they win the Super Bowl. I'm from Charlotte. I'm a 49er fan, of course, but at the same time, I love to see Carolina, my home team, win the Super Bowl because the 49ers are out of the playoffs. So it'd be great to see them win the Super Bowl. And Ron Rivera, Dave Gettleman, you guys have done a really, really good job with this team, and I commend you for that. And I think that's everything, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Write something in the comments if you agree with me, disagree with me, and all that. And yeah, pretty much that's it. And that's it, you guys. This is Notorious, and I'm out of here.